right now we're seeing major fear strike the crypto market and the stock market. Now, if your portfolio is 100% Bitcoin, if you looked at your portfolio value at the start of March, went to sleep for a few weeks and woke up today and looked at it again, there would be no change. Bitcoin's price hasn't really done anything since the start of March. So why are we seeing so much fear today? Well, it is the altcoins. The altcoins are hitting a lower low now on the daily chart. You can see big pullback for the altcoins. And a lot of retail traders are, of course, exposed to the lower cap altcoins. And before we talk about Bitcoin and the altcoins, I want to mention that I did do a collaboration with Crypto Zombie, which was posted yesterday. This video right here, definitely check it out. The link is below. It's jam-packed with information, so go check it out. Hope you enjoy. The altcoins are the main victim of today's dip. So why is this all happening today? It has something to do with what we're seeing across the global markets and the stock market here in the US. The S&P 500 has broken a trend line that stems back to November of 2023. We broke that trend line. The VIX, the volatility index, is up big today. It's now retesting the downtrend line. So nothing has changed in terms of the VIX's trend, but it is a moment of fear. So it's pretty clear the fear is not coming from Bitcoin. When you look at the S&P and then you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is holding higher lows against the stock market's lower lows. This is the S&P. This is Bitcoin. We're actually still maintaining the structure somewhat, even with all of this fear. So that is a slight decorrelation that we're seeing. There is obviously still upcoming events for Bitcoin. We had the ETF approval, positive, and now we have the Bitcoin halving coming up in a few days. So there is still lingering confidence, I think, for Bitcoin. It seems that way. Usually when the stock market is breaking down, we are too, but we're not doing it now. So that's at least one good thing that we're seeing. The total three, the altcoins, retail traders, most people are holding altcoins, and that has definitely given them some pain today. Now, if you look at the altcoin market cap, the total three, the altcoins are actually still in the same position that they were in 2020 to 2021. What you have is a lower high, the first lower high that is currently where we have resistance. The accumulation zone of that multi-year resistance, we've broken above that just like before. And now we're sitting on this upward sloping trend line just like before. So as bad as it may be for the altcoins today, we are still technically within a trending market as long as we form higher lows along the trend line. And this would be a buy the dip opportunity before the altcoins basically play out a spitting image of the 2020 to 2021 cycle. Still, the structure is the same. Nothing has changed. And the pullback that we're seeing right now for the total three, if you measure that, that is currently about 20% down. And we saw dips of that size just in the same region. Actually, that was 30% down. We're only 20% down for the total three. So the size of the current dip for the altcoins is fairly the same. And the position that we're in is generally the same. And we have the same upward sloping trend line that we're riding right now. A lot of people think that it's all over for the altcoins, doom and gloom today, of course, from most people. But if you just zoom out, I encourage you to zoom out, you'll see that it is still an uptrend. It's just a big pullback. Crypto is known for volatility. It's just how it is. Now, Bitcoin is still sitting in the clouds, right? We're just hanging out up here. If you zoom out and you look at the parabolic trend, Bitcoin is still well within that. We actually have room to move down, and we're still in the parabolic trend. All a parabolic trend really is a parabolic trajectory, which means an exponential rise in price, right? A normal uptrend line is just a straight line up. We just need to maintain exponential growth rather than just linear growth. That's the difference. And so to maintain exponential growth, Bitcoin can find a higher low, even as low as the high 50,000 range. Even that would be still within the parabola. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, come on, Kev, or whatever. They'll just start doubting what I'm saying. But this is still a parabola. That is still an exponential higher low. Now, I'm just talking about a bearish scenario. That's not what I'm predicting. That's not what I'm expecting. I just want to show you guys that there is room while maintaining an exponential trend. The 2017 parabolic trend. And you had 40% dips along the way, 40%, right? And so what we're seeing right now for Bitcoin, In comparison, 11%, 12% off the top currently. And if you look at the furthest dip we've seen since that high, that's 17.5%, quite mild. Bitcoin is positioned well. So the fear is really just coming from the stock market and the altcoins. The total 3 here you can see. Big pullback, much more uncomfortable to be holding altcoins right now than Bitcoin, down 20% off the top. And we're seeing our lowest low now, right? Right now, it's the lowest point after that peak. So that is pain. Bitcoin already saw its current lowest low. We're down a little bit off that now. We're actually seeing higher lows here. So it's all the altcoins, guys. The fear, you don't want to mix it up. If you were just looking at social media, you would have thought there was something wrong, and there really isn't. If you just look at the textbook diagram, and then you just look at Bitcoin, doesn't seem to be any different. They're actually a spitting image of one another, even still today with today's price action. So the parabolic trend is perfectly intact. The altcoins are also still in an uptrend. There you go. We're in the uptrend. This could just be a higher low with a nasty pullback. And this is a potential buy the dip opportunity. I mean, a lot of people aren't used to seeing, 40% corrections in a month in their altcoins, but that is pretty normal. And again, it is a spitting image of the last cycle right now. Still good to go. Probably a dip buy opportunity across the board. So I hope this all makes sense. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like and subscribe, and be sure to sign up for Kraken Pro. That is the sponsor of this channel, and that is what you're looking at here. I have a tutorial for Kraken Pro on this channel. You can watch the tutorial. If you're not familiar with Kraken or Kraken Pro, use that link below to sign up for Kraken Pro, and I'll see you all in the next one.